Infinite as... Hi everyone, as here from HeelvsBabyface. Some people like that. I think I'll run with it for a bit, at least until I got the laptop. Anywho, yesterday I did a video about Cyberpunk 2077 and how they used a very clever piece of fake marketing and advertising for their fake game to sell a fake product. However, games media got outraged. And they called it transphobic and fetishizing them and all this kind of nonsense. Why? The product was a soda-based drink, which I think had like 16 flavors when you drank it. Put it in your mouth. Oof, ladies. And the tagline was, mix it up. And then next to it was what appeared to be a beautiful woman. And down below, she was packing heat. Yep. And this just fit perfectly for the cyberpunk world. Why? Well, first of all, because the whole thing about Cyberpunk 2077 is all these body modifications. All these people have body modifications, different arms, spikes that come out of their arms. You know, I just big eyeballs to replace parts of faces. This is massive in this universe. And as ever, regardless of where you are, wherever you are, what time you're in, Marketing 101 will always be sex sells. Because that's what it is. And so you have this female with male, mix it up, perfect. Makes perfect sense. For all we know, that isn't a natural. That could be a body modification. So they have done it to themselves. You know what I mean? But, of course, what they want is they just want to burn things down. They see what people are loving and enjoying, and they just want to tear it down. And then they use their minority status as a weapon. So when they're challenged about how stupid this is, they fall back and, oh no, you're attacking a minority. You're an ist. You're an ism. They weaponize it, and it's a game they constantly play. So then they can go and attack something else and try and tear it down. But again, if you dare have a go at them, a minority is under attack. You're an ist. You're an ism. Play victim. Play perpetual victim. It's the way that they operate. And sadly, it's not confined just to the gaming world. It's all over fandoms right now. The comic industry is nearly lost, to be perfectly honest with you. And we've seen it crawl into other desktop card games, desktop war games. And one of my personal fandoms, Star Trek. I love me some Star Trek. Brought up on the Next Generation, that's my jam. And I did watch the original series when I was a tiny little kid, but, you know, I was getting over that age where I could start to understand stuff when the next gen came out, and it was amazing, just this, these incredible adventures that they would have. And of course, more often than not, they'd solve it with the brains, and not pew, 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 pew. Although as a kid, you're always wanting the pew, 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 pews. It was always the cleverly put together episodes which stuck with you, apart from the Borg, which was just awesome. But it's always the cleverly put together episodes that stuck with you. Always the mysterious ones that stuck with you. They were caught in a time loop, perpetually getting destroyed. How do they get out of it? All these wonderful things. And Star Trek to me has always been so hopeful. Just this wonderful future, potential future, where mankind has ventured out into the stars and they are trying to better themselves. All the petty squabbles on Earth are finished. They decided to get off Twitter. And they're going out there and trying to discover new life, new civilizations, to boldly go where no one has gone before. Beautiful message from Gene Roddenberry. So, it breaks my heart to see this, to be perfectly honest with you. And it's just beyond disgraceful. So before I go into it, I want to stress, do not contact any of the people who are mentioned in this video. I disavow anyone who does. In actual fact, they would love it if you did, because then they could play their perpetual victim card. Stoink! I'm under attack. Isms are attacking me. Do not. Do not. I am reporting on it for critique purposes, and that alone. So this person here is, I'm not even going to even say their names, by the way. I'm just going to refer to them as these people. These people here, this person here, is a host, or was a host, of a Star Trek podcast show. Now, anyone who follows Star Trek news will know that surviving members of the original series, Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, Enterprise, they are huge. The actors on the con circuit. Huge. They go around, they do autograph signings, they have their own convention as well, and they do a lot of stuff for their communities, for the fan bases, for the people who have taken so much enjoyment from what they've done over the years. Like myself. I got nothing but love for these people. And this person here is the host of a Star Trek podcast show. And they tweet out, hot take. Now, number one, Twitter. Oh, Jesus Christ. Number two, if anybody starts a tweet with hot take, unironically, you can almost guarantee that what comes after it is going to be utterly stupid. And guess what? It's utterly stupid. Hot take. I wish Leonard Nimoy was alive rather than William Shatner. Wow. Right. Put aside your love of video games, card games, wartop gaming, comics. Put aside all of that for one moment. Just deal with this as a human being for a few seconds. I wish person A, who's passed away, was alive, and person B, who's still with us, was gone. How utterly disgusting is that to say? Now, particularly, I know William Shatner's had, his ups and downs in life, but this guy, you can't deny that this guy is a Star Trek legend. He is a legend. There's no denying that at all. And what is he now? 86 years old. So what a brave soul you are, for a start. This person is, revered, so revered amongst the Star Trek community. To say something like that is just disgusting. Let's just say, for example, I had a World of Warcraft podcast show, and I said, I wish Arthas Menethil was alive, and Ian Hazacostas wasn't. That would be the most disgusting thing to say. For all the problems that I've had with the World of Warcraft, with the current version of the game and all that kind of stuff, I don't wish anything like that to any of the people who are involved. I wish them all long, happy lives. Maybe not necessarily involved in WoW, they could move on. But I do sincerely wish them all health and happiness. To say something like this takes a special kind of psycho. Absolutely disgusting. So William Shatner is now going to destroy them, and I say them because it will become them, in 5 words. So because this person is the host of a podcast show, of course it's going to get back to the source. And unfortunately, William Shatner, although she's atted the person who's passed away, but hasn't atted the person who's alive. Again, brave, so brave, with their hot take. It's inevitably going to get back to him. So what does he tweet? How does he destroy them in 5 words? What a thing to tweet. What a thing to tweet. And then they, because it will become they, implode. Absolutely implode. So he links the tweet because He's giving context to his tweet. And they put this out into the public sphere. You tweeted this out. This is public information. Now, whether you delete the tweet, which they did, or not, is irrelevant. People will screenshot it, archive it. It's there forevers now. And you put it out there. You decided this is what you wanted to share with the world. Wow. So they start to play victim instead of apologizing for what they said, because now they're getting shite off William Shatner fans, Star Trek fans. Of course they're going to. Of course they're going to. And they're perceiving this as a death threat. It's not. It's not. But what they're saying is still disgraceful. It's not a threat, but it's still disgraceful. So instead of saying, look, I'm really sorry about what I said. It was wrong. It was disgusting. I am so ashamed of myself and disappointed. I can only hope that Mr. Shatner finds it in his heart to forgive me. Do you reckon they say that? No! They double down. If you at all believe I deserve the abuse directed at me because of this tweet, please unfollow me. What an ego. Unfollow you? The ego of this person. Oh, if you do not like my takes into the universe which I put and portray for all to share and see, please twix my name from your list. Sunder it. Piss off. Unfollow me. I bet none of these people who tweeted at you did. They did it because Mr. Shatner put, what a thing to tweet, and put what you decided to share with the public out there, that you wished you were dead. It's truly amazing that you all think this is a naughty threat. It's not. Like I said, it's not. It's not. I simply wish that the better person who believed in equality was the one still with us. I won't apologise for that. I personally think that Leonard Nimoy was the better person because I believed his politics more than Williams. Therefore, I wish he was gone. That's where we are, folks. That's where we are with things like TwitTwat. This place is poison. Maybe that's why Twitter shadow banned me. It's poison. These people, poisonous. So, the other host or another host or somebody involved in the podcast, instead of disavowing what her colleague says, decides to support her. The cis-het white male privilege exhibited by William Shatner by turning his fan base against a member of the Q Star Trek community. Wait, the cis-het white male privilege exhibited by William Shatner. What a thing to tweet. And they just linked what they decided to share with the world. He didn't make this up. She put it there. She put it there. Also, while we're now discussing Q Star Trek community, where is this coming into anything? I wish Leonard Nimoy was alive rather than William Shatner. No, nothing. No, nothing. This is it, folks. It's time to play victim. We put out... They didn't. I'll retract that. This person put out that they wished Shatner wasn't here and Leonard Nimoy was. And then they backed them up. And now they're the victims. Our minority status is under attack. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Isms are after us. Victim time. Victim time. And I feel really sorry. I know it's sympathy you don't necessarily need it, but I feel really sorry for the minority community who have to deal with this because of these selfish people trying to weaponize it. believing that they can go out and spew all the hatred in the world that they want to, but when they are brought to task about it, we're under attack. We are the victims. Pathetic people. Spineless cowards. Over a flippant and forgettable opinion is absolutely shameful. Shall we just have a look at that opinion? I wish Leonard Nimoy was alive rather than William Shatner. Flippant and forgettable. Really? I call it disgusting and disgraceful myself, but tomato, tomatoes. How fragile his ego must be that a random person can upset him so. How fragile was his ego? What a thing to tweet. 5 words have just caused them to implode. But Bill, he lets me call him Bill. Bill Shatner is no one's bitch. And he's not afraid to lock horns with people. He will challenge people. He's not somebody that will back down if they try and play victim cards. And so when this person puts this out, then he decides to engage. Number 1. Oh, the Star Trek puns coming in. So he puts back to that person, yes, because she sends a naughty threat. It's not. It's just a horrible, horrible desire. And I react, so of course, let's just ignore the naughty threat and make the facts about her. William. But yes, I understand what he's trying to say here. Status to exonerate her actions. Exactly. What? Trying to play victim. Using that as a shield. Oh no. They're a minority status. If I go after them, they're going to call me this and that and bigoted and isms. You know what I mean. But William he sees right through it. You should be ashamed of yourself. And he links her tweet. And then he follows up by saying, since the coward, this boy's on fire. Since the coward deleted her tweet to me, you can see how she played down the naughty wish as flippant and forgettable. So they're all deleting the tweets now. All these brave souls that are putting their stuff out there, deleting their tweets. Right. Funny how and then he links the podcast network keeps sending people to attack me when one of their own sent me a naughty threat. So I'm jumping from 2 articles here. So the actual podcast show itself decides now to respond. We harbour no ill will for William Shatner, only appreciation and love of his work. The creator of the tweet has chosen to step away from the network, and we are deeply saddened that this has happened. So let's just go back here. So William Shatner responds by saying, deeply saddened that someone who has a history of saying she wishes I was gone has left your organisation, but you have no ill will. Is this a backhanded slam at me? You should have removed her immediately, but instead you allowed another one of your crew to attack as well. He's not saying anything which isn't correct. All of them imploded, and all William did was say 5 words. What a thing to tweet. All of this stuff afterwards, this has all come after their tweets. After their tweets. And then he says this, which is absolutely correct. Anyone who uses the Star Trek name in a podcast or any fan production should be inclusive, not exclusive. And to hurl hatred for poorly worded tweets should be disallowed from using any reference to Star Trek in marketing their show. He's absolutely right. He's absolutely right. 86 years old. So what we have is somebody with a hot take, a disgusting hot take, has that shone back at them, reflected at them, and then they can't handle it. You don't want to put something out there in the universe that you think you're going to get some kickback from. You're not prepared for that. Don't put it out there to start with. Just want to see things burn down. And then, when challenged about it, delete the tweets. And then play minority card, put the minority shield up, try and use that. And when none of it works, we're going now. Bye. We're going. We're stepping away now. Bye. Not a single apology. Nowhere. It's rampant, folks. It's rampant. And I don't know when it's going to end or if it's going to end. But I tell you what, Twitter is a breeding ground for these type of people. It's a breeding ground. I try. I have fallen into the trap many times, no doubt. But I try now just to stick things up which you'll have a chuckle at or to point you towards as best I can. But it's just... Look, forget it. I'll probably say something I might regret. But it's just everywhere. This is just absolutely everywhere. And until people start having the balls like William Shatner to not let them play victim, to not let them use the cards, the minority status to shield themselves, until we just approach people based on their actions and they take responsibility for their actions, nothing ain't ever going to get done. Nothing isn't ever going to get done. And this is only going to harm the minority communities more because people are just going to get more and more standoffish because of it. So, well done, Bill. Well done. He wouldn't let them steamroller him. He wouldn't fall for all the traps and the tricks. And he's absolutely right. While they are entitled to their opinion, if you want to put it out there for the public to see, you're going to get everything back in return that you deserve. So I hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media and Twitch for live streaming. Links are in the description box down below. And I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. Bye for now.